Hello and a warm welcome to round 5 and 6 of the GT Asia Championship 2016. Jonathan Green and Steve Martin bringing you the action this week from Okayama International Circuit in Japan. Now we're deep in the forests of Japan. Fantastic circuit, Steve.
Oh, it certainly is. I mean, this place is pretty much just carved into the side of the mountain, and that's what I like about it because it's going to bring some really interesting elements to the races.
Last time out, Ferrari got their first win, and Davide Rizzo and Anthony Liu certainly on great form for Ferrari. Talking of which, it was Mot Wensung, multiple Asian champion, who took on the mighty Le Mans most recently. We caught up with him about that experience.
It was an incredible experience. We were a bit apprehensive at the start. You know, when we won the ticket, I was thinking about it for quite a while because it's going to a totally new environment for me. We've been racing in Asia for the last 10 years, and to actually get the opportunity to go to Europe, we didn't know what we're in for. A lot of planning, and ultimately the team executed brilliantly. It was a fantastic experience. It wasn't just about a single race. It was more like a month-long adventure. For us in France, you know, we had to do some testing. We had to get certified in order to race because 2 out of 3 drivers were rookies, with Sawa and myself. You know, first time on the circuit, it was quite daunting with the 4 different classes of cars, and you know we're used to in Asia some of the endurance races that we do here with the GT3s being the quickest car, and for us in the GTE there we were the slowest car. You know, and you have a lot of prototypes coming by at high speed, so it's kind of like trying to adapt and learn a new skill set and try to enjoy the whole experience, and it was absolutely brilliant. Right, we're so happy with the result. We're so happy to have had the opportunity to represent GT Asia in the biggest endurance race in the world.
How proud are you personally that you, Arj, the team, are worthy, if you will, of it's not just we thought we'd experience it. You competed, you were pole position, you got the respect of a lot of people, and you could have been that far away from getting a podium. More importantly, you finished the 24 hours.
Well, you know, we went out there with a goal to merely finish, right? Because, you know, not having done it before, we didn't know how competitive we could be. To carry the Asian flag and get the pole position, and then ultimately through the race, we had a relatively incident-free race, and we finished 4th. So, yeah, absolutely proud, and never could have expected that finish. I mean, we just wanted to complete the race, but to actually be able to compete was a great privilege.
Well, the good news keeps coming for Clearwater. Not only a successful Le Mans, but now Jimmy Bruni, one of the top Ferrari drivers in the world, is back in the car with Mot. And Jimmy, welcome back to GT Asia. You two, obviously, you've experienced Le Mans yourself, and I know you're very proud of what Mark and the team achieved. But now it's back to the 488 and here in Okayama. How do you feel?
Yeah, very good. I'm very happy to be back on this championship. Last year we couldn't really race, but this year, back in the same track, we try to just hit back what we missed last year. I'm very happy to be with Clearwater. They done a very good job in Le Mans, very successful, and Wang did a fantastic drive in France. So I expect here to do the same. First time for me on the 488 GT3. Normally I'm driving GT, but the car looks very nice, very fast. So we'll see.
I've got to ask you a question. You've raced in WEC and around the world. You've been a champion so many times. This championship, though, here in Asia, it's seemingly now becoming more and more prestigious. The top drivers in the world are attracted to come, yourself included. Bentley have done the same thing, and you know, more and more, it seems, want to come out to Asia, and it seems important to the manufacturers as well.
Yeah, it becomes always, like you said, very, very important from manufacturer point of view. This is why they send a works driver over here. And obviously, drivers line up here over here. They are nothing too afraid about the European. So it's really very strong lineups. They were strong last year. They improved some drivers. So it's really nice championship. I mean, I enjoy all the time I come over here.
Well, the Okayama circuit here in Japan is very tight, and therefore qualifying was very important, and it proved brilliant for the Bentleys of Adderley Fong and Andrew Kim, and they're in pole position, and they're going to be hard to pass, Steve.
Yeah, they certainly are. I mean, Adderley did a great job at putting the car on pole position, as he normally does, and he really does need to get a good start because it's very tight here at Okayama. Not a lot of overtaking opportunities unless you're willing to risk a lot, and you don't want to do that when you're trying to get championship points.
It's going to be interesting also to see ex-Formula One star Alex Young, who qualified very well but was given a penalty, as was Jimmy Bruni, for exceeding track limits. So we're hoping that they will come through.
Yeah, a couple of those guys, Jimmy Bruni and Alex Young, in qualifying, it did exceed track limits, and unfortunately for them, they've got to start a little bit further back. But they have got the pace to run at the front, so the good thing is we're going to get to see them come through the pack.
The key to the race, though, will definitely be the star. Adderley Fong's got to defend into that first corner. Let's see how he gets on in round 5.
Hello and a warm welcome to GT Asia. It's rounds 5 and 6 of the series, and we are in Japan. Here is the circuit, 3.7 kilometers in length with 13 corners. It's tricky, it's technical, and it's tight. And if we are in a good formation, side by side with a car length between each, which it does look good at the moment, Fong leading them now towards the start of this, a 50-minute race with a compulsory pit stop. When those lights to your top left go out, we will be racing here in Okayama, round 5 of the series. Bentley versus Lamborghini. We go green. Good start from the Bentley, number 8 there, but it's a better start from Adderley Fong, and he gets touched from behind, but hangs on to it nearly. Yeah, well, that was a big moment. Good spun round.
That looks like Venter. I think he's spun round. That's not a good start to his day.
Absolute disaster.
He didn't have a good qualifying. He's going. He's managed to keep it going. He's going to join in the race, and he's got a lot of work to do from there.
Well, we said it's going to be hard to pass the Bentleys, and
look at Alex. Oh, Alex is definitely trying to find a way through on Darryl O'Young at the moment. O'Young has done a good job.
Yeah, he got past him, didn't he? Here's another look at the start. First of all, keep an eye on Adderley Fong leading the race. He gets a little nudge from the Lamborghini, but I think the Lamborghini was just, I don't think it was intended by any means. And then it was Richard Lyons by the looks of things.
Yeah, and Venter got turned around there, and unfortunately that's made his race very, very difficult. Look who's coming through. Look who's coming
nicely
through.
Done, and it is brilliantly overtaken. Jimmy Bruni overtakes fellow Ferrari man Davide Rizzo there, and the Italian in the all-Italian outfit car gets through.
He's just moved his way up to 6th position there, and it's definitely a hard ask on a circuit like this when you start so far down the field to make your way through. But it was his fault that he ran off the track, therefore he's got a lot of hard work to do.
The real battle, though, is definitely here in 4th and 5th place between O'Young and Alex Young of Malaysia. Darryl O'Young, of course, the former WTCC and Porsche Carrera Cup Asia man, and of course Alex Young himself has also appeared in that championship.
There he goes.
He's nicely done. Ooh, and he holds the breaking point, does he? Yes! Nicely done by the Audi. A good clean overtake by Alex Young. Last time out in Thailand, it was Audi who won with Mark Chile, and of course Davide Rizzo and Anthony Liu winning for Ferrari. And that's opened up the championship nicely because it was a Bentley fest to start off with from Korea. And now everybody seemingly has had a chunk at it. Porsche perhaps are the surprise package, brand new car this year, but they've yet to really shine. And
they've had their chances. Richard Lyons was leading the race first time out in Korea, but he got taken out by the Lamborghini, so it's not as if they haven't had their chances.
Go on, Jimmy.
Look at that. He is on a move, isn't he?
He is on a mission. Jimmy Bruni then in the Ferrari gets past the Porsche of Darryl O'Young. And interesting, Fong kind of slips behind the Bentley, and I think that was an indication to say, get behind me and I'll drag you around, my friend.
Well, either that or, now there's another roadblock.
That's very true. 2 Bentleys now can spread themselves out, but one is at the back, the other is leading this race. But I think they can drag each other a little bit and maybe get some good lap times now before this window opens.
Yeah, I think the last thing Jonathan Venter wanted to do out there was get in the way of his teammate and spoil the race for him. So it was the smartest move to do, to move over it and let him through.
It's interesting also, Fong and Kim in a very good position in terms of the pit stop times as well. We'll get into that as they start to come in, Steve. But obviously, after the success of Thailand. There's different times for each of the pit stops. Everybody comes in for a compulsory 75, but then there's added times depending on how successful they've been. Talking of success, that was almost disaster for Jimmy Bruni there as he caught up with Alex Young.
He is definitely driving the wheels off that. There's
his teammate.
Motlin's son, of course. They're fresh back from Le Mans. They did some brilliant things over there. He's tried up the inside of turn 5. Alex has closed the door. A little bit of a slide there on the exit for Bruni, but he didn't make that move stick. But I'm sure he's going to give it another crack this time round because he's caught up to the back of Alex Young quite quickly. And it doesn't look like it's going to be in a turn 1 though. 30.5 the fastest lap of the race for Bruni, of course, and that is quicker than the leader. So he's certainly showing the skill that he's got in that 488 Ferrari.
Meanwhile, at the front, Adley Fong of Hong Kong, a 7.6 second lead heading towards the pit stops, and that's going to be ominous because there's a lot more time for some of the other drivers than the Fong-Kim combination, and so they should come out with an advantage. Here comes Bruni again. He's all over the back of the Audi. He jinks to the outside.
He's going to get to go around the outside, but he's going to be poised beautifully for the inside.
Got his foot in, hasn't he? He's kept his foot in. Oh, he thought about it. Everybody watching on, didn't quite pull it off. Up the hill they go. Mock waits for his opportunity. And, yep, it's go, go, go from the girls. With Jimmy Bruni doing an excellent job. And look at the pressure he's already putting on here. Up to 5th place, having started pretty much at the back and now all over the back.
Yeah, they pulled the Lamborghini in. They pulled the Hurricane in, haven't they? Look at Alex go. Alex Young, he's definitely been pressured, but that pressure has helped them rein back the Lamborghini.
No one's stopping just yet. Actually, one of the Bentleys, and it is Venter who comes in. He's the first.
Yeah, the reason for that, of course, is he had that spin on the first lap. Must have some sort of slight damage, but he needs to come in and get that sorted out. He may have flat spotted one of the tyres for sure, so we may see some tyres be changed.
The only solace, I suppose, is that they've got a relatively short compensation time, 88 seconds.
They do, yeah. What they have got is an 88-second pit stop, of course. That is 75 seconds, plus their 13 seconds, which they get for being a silver driver combination.
Of which there are several.
There's 6 silver
total, yeah.
driver combinations. Every one of those 6 gets 13 seconds added on to the 75 compulsory pit stop time for everybody.
All right, well, given that we are going to start to see these all now shuttled through, who's got the biggest compensation? Who's going to be in the pits the longest?
Well, the people that will have the biggest compensation, of course, is Rizzo and Lou in the BBT Ferrari. The reason for that is that they won last time out. They've had some pretty good results. So they will stop for 98 seconds.
Also notice that the Audi of Thong is in, and that means that Marchi Lee, and we know what he can do, will be out and about. Another pit stop. This time it's the Lamborghini. Here's another look at Bruni attacking Alex Young, and a successful one at that at turn 5. Here comes the leader then into the pit stop. Down, as you can see, the pit in timing, and as soon as that ball goes up, he knows he's got to keep to the limited time and speed, and in he comes, hits his marks, nicely done. This is side-by-side stuff. Carlo Van Dam trying desperately to hold off the Italian Jimmy Bruni. They're wheel-to-wheel in the 2 Ferraris. Great action here from Okayama, and look at this. Bruni tucks himself behind.
Carlo Van Dam not leaving him too much room on the outside of the track there, and brakes very, very late.
I think he's enjoying this, is Carlo.
Do you think so? You think he's being monstered by one of the best?
Yeah, and defending and holding his own, that's why. Meanwhile, Kurosawa just behind them. Through the midsection of this circuit. Not a lot of places to overtake, and we're seeing it. And we're seeing the example of that as out comes the number 7. Andrew Kim at the wheel now, leads this race. 21 minutes to go. And once now everybody has shuffled through, we'll get a good idea to see what battles will ensue in the closing stages of this round 5. In comes the big battle between Carlo Van Dam and Jimmy Bruni. The 2 Ferraris both in, and that pretty much finishes off the pit stops
That is pretty good timing, to be honest, because if they'd have stayed out much longer, that pit window would have closed, and then they would have been in big, big trouble. But they've come in at the absolute last minute, which is exactly what you would need to do. This is a very critical...
Oh, that was a moment.
Yeah, Andre Amici in the car now, of course. It's going to be interesting to see what he can do, but the battle continues between these two guys. Of course, Daryl Young out of the car, and Toy Bakti taking over the VLT Porsche.
It's been an eventful weekend for Toy. He had a moment, should we put it that way, where he spun round in one of the practices leading up to this first race on the last corner and almost got collected by a Bentley, but he just got past a Lamborghini as Amici makes it nice and clear through there. Nicely done. Richard Lyons takes a breather. Got a little bit of sweat on after his stint, but yeah, gets a bit of praise from his engineer, why not? So, the order is Kim, Biron Bakti, Bentley versus Ferrari. As through goes the number 9. Vutakorn makes up a place on Frank Yu. And here's another look at this battle. And Marchi has caught back up to it, and that's why Jono wanted past Biron Bakti, and they both get past, but held up for a moment there, and that's why I think Marchi was able to start to put a charge on.
Yeah, Biron Bakti, of course, we mentioned it earlier, but he's been off track this weekend already, so probably just needs to build that confidence up again in the Porsche. Jono Lester's had no such problems, and he's keen as mustard. There's Alex Young, great drive by him.
Yeah, I'm pretty impressed, and as you can see from his demeanour, he's looking a lot happier than he has in the past. Well, okay, thanks, Alex, just proving it. Ooh, that was a little wide there by the Lamborghini.
Biron Bakti, of course, with Carlo Van Dam in the Singer Motorsport team, has a drive-through penalty. They've received a drive-through penalty, Jonathan. Now, there's... Yeah, it's...
Pit lane speed limiter, that's what it
yeah.
was. Less than 10 minutes to go. What has been an intriguing start to our weekend of GTA racing from Okayama. Alex Young doing a very good job for Audi, for the Phoenix team.
Well, you know what this is about. This isn't just any old battle. This is the battle for second and third in the race.
Yes, absolutely.
So it's pretty critical. Alex Auer's got a really good opportunity. I'm sure that Alex Young in the pits at the moment has got his fingers crossed. He's menacing the back of Mok Wang Sung at the moment, but he just can't seem to find a way through. And if anything, it looks like Mok may have just pulled out again.
Oh, that was a little ambitious, and that is a disaster for Mok. I cannot believe that really was not a good move by Alex Auer, and you can see by the expression on Alex Young's face that was not really on at all at any point.
Oh, he just tried to nip up the inside there, but there was no way that was going to happen.
Too far back.
Yeah, he's come from a long way back.
To be fair, the door was slightly open, but really, come on.
He'd overcommitted. There was nothing he could do about it. Mok has turned in. He stalled the car there. You could see the car stalled. Let's hope that he can get it restarted with 8 minutes to go. If he can't, he's going to have a safety car. So there he is. For now, he's in second position, but I wouldn't be surprised if that goes to the stewards, if there's some sort of penalty involved with that.
Saw Amici flashing by, just getting past. There he is, the Bentley.
Which, of course, that puts Amici up into third place at the moment. So that's another good result for the Lamborghini.
Whoa, dust flying up there as the battles continue.
Well, it is a part of the race where everyone needs to get serious.
Getting down to the closing stages, round 5 of GT Asia. Jonathan Green and Steve Martin bringing you the action from Okayama Circuit, and there's been plenty of it as the number 37 Chinese entry from Shanghai. The BBT boys are on the move.
Whoa. Now that's what I call being dusted up.
Yeah, well, Anthony New is not afraid to have a go. Simple as that.
No, he certainly did a good job, and then Vutakorn, of course, went up the inside. So a great overtaking manoeuvre there by both of those GT3 cars on the Porsche.
And at turn 4, Lou goes wide, and this is a chance for the Bentley. He tucks himself behind the Ferrari, and as they head down towards turn 5, everybody's got the drag race on, trying to get a little bit of a slipstream. It's Ferrari, Bentley, and Porsche here in Japan. Great racing. Down to turn 5. Out comes the VLT Porsche, and again, same turn, same incident. Not quite as cut and dried this time, because they were all racing for the same piece of asphalt. But who would you say is to blame for that one, Steve?
Yeah, let's analyse it. Up the inside goes the Porsche. Can't get through, gets turned around by Biram Bakhti.
I mean, I say racing incident.
Yeah,
Oh, my word!
That's a racing incident.
That's a big, big crash for...
Well, let's just see what's happened. That could have been some sort of mechanical failure. That's from
that's
being
what
turned around.
That's amazing, actually. You wouldn't have thought...
no, it's because he's taken that. You can see there the issue. He's taken the. He's taken a hit to the right rear of the car, and he's lost the wheel. That's the end of the race. It looks like that Bentley's there to stay until the end of the race. Footy Corn's car.
Anthony Liu's teammate, David Arizo, racing in Europe in the break between rounds, getting on the podium. Black Pan Series. Whoa, and out of shape goes the number 12, and that is all that Liu will need. And I would have said it's only a matter of time as he get onto the main straight again. Good drive out of the last corner is all he'll need, and here is that last corner. And with less than 2 minutes to go now, onto the main straight. Time running out here in round 5. Kim leads this race. The combination of pole position man Adley Fong, as here comes the number 37 BBT Ferrari up the inside of turn 1. And nicely done.
That is a nice clean move. Beautifully just up the inside, but he's still got Mock to contend with in front of him. Let's hope that Mock doesn't get in the way of this great battle.
Meanwhile, John O'Lester in the number 98.
He's going to have a go, isn't he?
Of course he is.
Round the outside, look at him under brakes. He's definitely got the pace under brakes. If he can do that up the inside on the next lap round, because we've probably got about 1 lap left until this 50-minute race ends. He's got one more opportunity to do that, Jonathan.
Great racing. Leicester currently in 4th position, but looking for a podium here.
Oh, talk about pressure. What about Alex Howe in the R8 Audi in front at the moment? He's certainly feeling the pressure.
Here comes the leader. And 53 seconds left to go. He crosses the line for another lap, the number 7 Bentley. Bentley, of course, winners here at the hands of Ketasawa last time out. This time last year. And this time it's going to be Fong and Kim heading home.
A great job by Andrew Kim too. He stayed out of trouble. He's doing a good job. And here we go. Look at the Lamborghini pulled out of the slipstream.
Side by side with the Audi.
Through.
And he is through. And now Leicester will look for a way as well. Time running out. This could be it. Leicester desperate to get past, but it's the Lamborghini Hurricane of Amici.
Porsche,
nicely done.
Porsche haven't had a podium in this championship this year yet. It's with the new car.
That's a good point. And in fact, Tim Sugden, of course, having a few years off from racing, the former Porsche Carrera Cup Asia champion from 2007, and teaming up with several different drivers, but John O'Lester getting the nod this weekend and playing his role brilliantly. Here he comes on the Audi. They're side by side down the back straight here.
He got a great drive up the inside. Took a nice tight turn through turn 4, and he's through.
Nicely done. Into turn 5 there. Closing stages of round 5, but Amici putting down the hammer now. As the clocks tick down now to 0. Checkered flag awaits then. What a race this has been. Some sad news for Bentley. For Venter, turn round, and Vudacorn, as you can see, strewn out on the track. But for this Bentley of Adley Fong and Andrew Kim, it's been a great round 5, and there's the checkered flag as Kim takes the checkered flag for a win for Bentley, and Adley Fong and the team can be well delighted. It was a great first stint from the Hong Kong driver, cool as a cucumber at the start. Amici does a very good job of holding on. Leicester puts in a great debut performance. Here's the result then. The Bentley Team Absolute with the win ahead of the FFF Racing Team by ACM Lamborghini. And then it's the Group M Racing Porsche in 3rd place. John O'Lester doing a really, really good job. And Phoenix Racing Asia in the Audi taking 4th place.
Well, it's not easy. It's never easy to get a win. Finally, it's the first win of the year for me. So yeah, really emotional. Andrew did put in a great stint at the end just to keep it on the black stuff, and then everyone else was making the mistakes. So yeah, just tried to keep my head in it, get clear in turn 1, and then just try to pull a gap, hand it to Andrew, and we did what we needed to do today.
Andrew, great result for you. It looked like hard work.
Yeah, it was quite hard, and actually it's my first victory for my racing, so I'm really happy.
Here's the championship points then. Rizzo and Liu moving to 63 points and holding on to that lead. But Kim and Fong now moving up the board. They've got 54 points, as has Edoardo Liberati and his teammate Andrea Amici, the two Italians right there, and it's how close it is. Bentley though, Team Absolute. Doesn't matter what continent they're racing on. Adelaide's getting pretty used to being on the podium this year. And thanks to Steve Martin, who's enjoyed watching round 5, and all hats off to the combination for Bentley and Adley Fong, who took the first stint from pole position. Was almost turned around, but managed to hold on and then give the car back to Andrew Kim, who marched on to his first victory in GT Asia. We'll be back tomorrow with more action from round 6.